Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we are going to delve into one of the most fascinating and controversial events of the 20th century, Hitler's invasion of Russia, also known as Operation Barbarossa. In this video, we will explore the untold story behind this military campaign, discussing the factors that led to its failure, and the consequences it had on the outcome of World War II. Now, you might be wondering, why is this topic so interesting? Well, for starters, Operation Barbarossa was the largest and deadliest military operation in human history, involving millions of soldiers, thousands of tanks, and aircraft, and resulting in the deaths of over 4 million people. But beyond the sheer scale of the operation, what makes this topic truly fascinating is the complexity of the political, economic, and military factors that contributed to its outcome. So if you're a history buff, a military enthusiast, or simply curious about one of the most important events of the 20th century, then this video is for you. We promise to provide you with a detailed analysis, including rarely discussed information on the topic. Before we dive in, we kindly ask you to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Your support will help us bring you more engaging content like this in the future. So, let's get started. When Hitler decided to launch Operation Barbarossa, his plan was to conquer Russia quickly and easily. He thought that the Soviet Union would be no match for the German war machine, and that victory would be swift and decisive. However, things did not go according to plan. Hitler's plan to conquer Russia failed, and what followed was one of the bloodiest and most brutal campaigns of World War II. So, why did Hitler's plan to conquer Russia fail? There were several reasons. First, Hitler underestimated the strength of the Soviet Union. He believed that the Red Army was weak and disorganized, and that it would not be able to put up much of a fight. However, he was wrong. The Soviet Union was a formidable opponent, and the Red Army was well trained and well equipped. Another reason for the failure of Hitler's plan was the harsh Russian winter. The German army was not prepared for the extreme cold, and many soldiers suffered from frostbite and other cold-related illnesses. Supplies were also scarce, and the Germans had difficulty moving their troops and equipment through the thick snow and icy terrain. In addition, Hitler's decision to divert troops and resources to other fronts, such as North Africa and the Mediterranean, weakened the German army's ability to fight in Russia. The German army was already stretched thin, and the diversion of resources made it even more difficult to achieve victory in the East. Finally, the Soviet Union was able to adapt to the German tactics and strategies. The Red Army learned from its mistakes, and was able to counter the German advances. Soviet tanks and artillery were particularly effective, and the German army suffered heavy losses in battles such as the Battle of Stalingrad. Despite these setbacks, the German army was able to make significant gains in the early stages of the campaign. They captured large amounts of territory and inflicted heavy casualties on the Soviet army. However, they were ultimately unable to achieve their goal of conquering Russia. In conclusion, Hitler's plan to conquer Russia failed for several reasons, including underestimating the strength of the Soviet Union, the harsh winter conditions, diversion of resources to other fronts, and the ability of the Soviet army to adapt to German tactics. The story of Operation Barbarossa is a reminder of the high cost of war, and the importance of careful planning and preparation before launching any military campaign.